Designer Michelle Thompson joins us this morning, and we're solving a few common design mistakes. Let's start with the rug. It's the elephant in the room sometimes.
Definitely. If it's the wrong size, it can be. So what we see typically with rugs is that people go too small.
Okay.
What we want to avoid is a rug just floating in the center of a room. You typically want all of at least the front legs of your furniture on it, like you see here.
Okay, if it's an occasional chair, you said.
Correct. The exception to that would be if it is a dining room or a dining chair, we want to make sure that not only are all the legs on the rug, but that your guests or you have space to pull it in and out.
Okay, and still be on the rug, because otherwise you get that wobbly, I'm half on, I'm half off.
Exactly.
Yes,
that is exactly what we want to avoid. We want to avoid those wobbles. And I know that there's going to be people at home who are like, oh, but Michelle, my room is too big, or my room is so small, or it's an awkward size. And there are so many amazing options now that that's not going to be our excuse in 2025. So for example, this rug right here, this is actually from Rugs USA, and you can get literally any size. You can get round shapes. You can do so many things. There is no reason to have.
It all depends on your furniture placement.
Yes.
Okay.
And that'll make the room look so much bigger and more balanced.
Okay. Another big mistake that people make is how drapery is hung.
Yes. So one mistake I would personally say is not hanging any at all. But once we get past that, yes, we see that a lot of people tend to hang their drapes right above their window frame.
Okay.
And my suggestion would be to go at least 6 to 8 inches above your window frame, and in some cases even higher if you can. It's going to draw the eye up. It's going to make the room look much larger instead of kind of having that hard stop. You see that example there with some of the footage. It really makes the room feel grand.
Right, and it makes the window look bigger.
Absolutely.
Too, right? Kind
Double
of fools
whammy.
your eyes. Yeah. Okay. All right. The other mistake you see a lot going into homes is where people put art, because we tend to hang it when we're standing.
Yes.
Right? So it's too high.
It's way too high. And you know what? We see it with art. We also see it a lot with TVs even. So a good rule of thumb is that you want your artwork to be at the midpoint of your artwork at your eye level. So that is going to give you a really good base.
Okay.
There are exceptions, of course, like let's say you're doing a gallery wall setup where you're doing more in different sizes, but for a single standard or oversized piece of artwork, mid-level at your eye.
Okay, and does that make it really more important as well, right? If it's down a little bit lower, it's like, oh, okay, it's more of an impact in the room.
100%. And again, any of these things like too small, too low, too high, very, very easy tweaks to fix and really, again, just make the room look so much more balanced and beautiful and digestible, and you can't really tell if something's off, like what is off, but those little things will make that difference.
And not necessarily buying new things then. So
no.
Let's go back to draperies. If you have draperies, okay, you just moving the rod up.
Absolutely.
What about like, where's your take on where it should end on the floor? There was that trend for a while of like puddling all the drapery, and I'm like, I have cats, and I'm like, no way.
It's so funny. You're so right. Some people do like that pooling look, and in certain scenarios it can look nice, but I think for everyday living, the goal is just kissing the floor.
So skimming it, but you could still get the vacuum in there. You could still sweep.
That's it. We definitely don't want a gap, because again, that can feel a bit awkward and draw your eye, but just kissing your floor is going to be perfect. It's going to allow you to open and close. It's going to allow you to do your chores, whatever, and it's going to look really sharp and custom almost.
Okay. And if you say you raise them up, you don't have enough space, putting a border at the bottom of like another piece of fabric.
You could do that, absolutely.
Instead of buying all new drapes again.
Yes, but also going back to what we were saying about the options nowadays, there are so many great semi-custom options where you can choose exact panel length, panel width, privacy lining, and really affordable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you look at some homes, especially new homes, and it's like the windows is like, how are you going to cover that?
That is my home, honestly. And some of them, it's like, yeah, if you go full custom, it's so pricey, but there are such great mid options now that you really can get a fully custom look. Any color, any material, any texture, any pleating, and it's very affordable.
Okay, and that's where hiring a designer, it may seem expensive at the beginning, but you're going to save a lot of money.
You're going to get all the tricks, or you can just watch HH.
Yes, there you go. We can do that. Okay, you've got such great tips for this. I love that. I'm going to have to go check check all of the rugs now.
Yeah, good excuse to get some
I'm
new
gonna do
ones.
that. Well, I don't know. Maybe move the furniture. Okay, we'll get all your links up on our website, chch.com/morninglive. Always great advice. Lovely to have you on the show, Michelle.